Yesterday we discussed the concept of variables. Okay, so in order to define variable, we assign, suppose we want to define variable x. Okay, then yesterday we took x is equal to 10, and obviously this is without space. Okay, we are assigning 10 to x. In the same way, you can define y, you can define z. Okay, so this is numerical variable. These are numerical variable. Okay, as 10, 15, 18 are numbers. Okay, that's why this data is numerical data. Okay, now in the same way, you can have like this also, name. Suppose we give some name, suppose Kapil. Okay, we have, say, suppose some branch. Okay, say branch is computer. Okay, so in this way, you have some word as a variable. Okay, so you can change the value of name. Okay, so yesterday also we discussed, in order to get output, we have to put this symbol. Okay, dollar symbol. So using dollar symbol, we can execute these variable. Suppose we want to execute x, then we are going to write delta x like this. Okay, we want to suppose interpret y, then we write dollar y. Okay, and then it will show the value of x is 10. Dollar y represent value of variable. For y we have assigned 15, so 15 dollar y gives 15. If we want to interpret result name, then we are going to write like this. Okay, so this is all about a variable which we have discussed in the previous class. Okay, now in this lecture I am going to teach you the concept of read user input. Okay, the concept of read user input. So this is a script that is like a variable. So this is, you can say, one kind of replacement to variables. Okay, so what we are going to do, see, we are getting input from the keyboard. Okay, instead of defining variable like this, see here we have x is equal to 10. Okay, x is equal to 10. So let us, on the terminal, we execute same concept. Okay, and then I will tell you the concept of read user input. Okay, so see, this is our topic which we want to focus today. Okay, read user input. Okay, read user input. Okay, so here what we do, to get input, from the keyboard. Okay, to get input from the keyboard and assign it to the variable. Okay, so we get input from the keyboard. Okay, and we assign, okay, terminal itself assign it as a variable. Okay, now let us discuss one example, that is, this is the concept of read user input. Okay, on terminal itself we are going to enter the value. Okay, so we are user. Okay, and we are providing input, and since we are using read command, that's why the name of the script, name of this topic is read user input. Okay, clear? Understood? So let us move to the terminal first. Okay. Now, yesterday we have made one scripting file, bash file. Okay. See, this was the file, file1.sh. Okay. Now we first discuss the concept of variable again. Okay. So that we should differentiate variable and read user input. Okay, there is very small difference between them. As I told you, this is an alternative option for a variable. Okay, so we want to execute, we want to edit this file, file1.sh. Okay, now see, as usual, I have told you yesterday, this shebang sign should be at the top. Okay, then we have /bin/bash. Okay, so this is the location of shell. Okay, we have to provide the path for in order to execute our file, scripting file. Okay, so what we are going to do, suppose we have x is equal to 50. Okay, x is equal to 50. Okay, so the value of x is 50. Okay, and we echo the same like this. The value of x is, okay, and then we write a dollar symbol followed by x. So when we want to interpret x as a 15, we are going to provide dollar symbol. Okay, so that's it. In order to define variable, we have to assign 15 is equal to x. Okay, and in order to show result, we use echo command. So terminal is going to print this sentence, the value of x is, and instead of $x, it is going to print a 15. Okay, so let us first we execute this script. Okay, so I have saved this file. Okay, and /file1.sh, using this we can execute. Okay, now see this, the value of x is a 15. So this was very simple example. Okay, yesterday we took x, y, z. Okay, and we have solved one problem by using name also. Okay, now let us we solve same question, same result. We want to get the concept of read user input. Okay, so again we edit our file. Okay, now see this, we have x is equal to 15. Okay, we have x is equal to 15. So what we do, we want to enter the value of x not here but on terminal. Okay, so that will be our user. Okay, so what we do, we write echo the value of x. Okay, echo enter the value of x, enter the value of x. So we are using this, we are asking user to enter the value of x. That's why we have this, enter the value of x. Okay, sometimes we require result in this way only. Okay, so variable and read user input both have equal weightage, both are equally important. Okay, so what we do, enter the value of x. Okay, now we are not interested to assign x is equal to 15, x is equal to 10 here. not here. Okay, so what we use, read. Okay, and just we say X. Okay, then so here X acts as a variable. Okay, please listen this very carefully. See what we are saying. We are saying, we are asking, using first sentence, using this echo command, we are asking user to enter the value of X. Okay, then we use this command. Okay, read X, then X acts as variable. Okay, and we are not entering X is equal to 10, X is equal to 15 here. Okay, we want to enter this value from keyboard. Okay, when we are on terminal, on that terminal, we want to enter the value of X. So we use read X. Okay, then the value of X. Okay, this X is a variable. Okay, whatever we write after read, that acts as a variable. So this X is our variable. Please listen carefully. X is our variable. When we write read and we write X, X acts as a variable. Okay, and you know the value of X is $X. Dollar symbol is used to interpret the value of X. Okay, clear? We are not assigning X here. We want to take X from user. Okay, not we are writing this in scripting file. Okay, so let me save this file first. Escape :WQ enter. Okay, now we execute the file by using this command. Okay, now see what happened. Now see what terminal says. Terminal asks, enter the value of X. Okay, and cursor moves in the next sentence. So no problem. Suppose we enter the value of X as a 10. Okay, so we enter the value of X. Okay, and by user, okay, user enters the value of X. Okay, so it may be 10, it may be 15. So this is a benefit of read user input. Okay, because in previous case we discussed, in script itself you have to take X is equal to 10. If you want to change the value of X, you have to go in scripting file, you have to edit there, you have to take suppose X is equal to 20, X is equal to 25. So every time you have to do correction in scripting file. So here what we are doing, we are entering the value on terminal itself. We need not to change scripting file. Okay, and if we press enter, say the value of X is 10. So this is our answer. Okay, so see, we have two sentences. Okay, enter the value of X. That's why we use echo command. Okay, then read X. Okay, so read X. Let me go to the file first. Okay, see this first sentence, enter the value of X. Okay, then read X. That means X is entered. X acts as variable. Okay, and it takes the X which is given by user. Okay, and where is user? Now when we are in scripting file, we are not user. Okay, we are making one file. Okay, and when we are on terminal, okay, then when we are on the terminal, we can say we are now user. Okay, so obviously scripting file is made by different person. Okay, and its application, okay, that will be run by different person. Okay, so this is a way. Now again we move back to the terminal. Okay, now see this, what happened here. When we say enter the value of X, okay, then cursor goes down in the next line. Now suppose if we do not want to move cursor in the next line, suppose we want to have the value of 10 along the same line, along this line, enter the value of X, and immediately next to x. If we want to enter the value of 10, then in that case, what we do? Say this. Okay. See here, what we do, we are going to use read command in a different way. Okay. So if we use echo dash n, suppose, okay, suppose we use echo dash n. See what happened. Okay, if I run the script, what happens? See, enter the value of x, okay, and cursor is at the same position. Okay, cursor doesn't move in the next line. Okay, so if I enter the value of x is 50, see the result, the value of x is 50. Okay, so using echo dash n, okay, using echo dash n, we can enter the value of x in the same line. Okay, we have this in the same line. Okay, so this is the benefit of echo dash n. Immediately we can enter the value of x immediately after this. Okay, students. Now we have one more command. Suppose if you do not want to write this sentence also, okay, then we have one option for this also. Okay, so suppose we delete this. Okay, see, this is our variable. Okay, so instead of writing echo, okay, direct you can write, you can use read dash p. Okay, so because of hyphen p, it prompts with the string. Okay, so see output, we have to write in this way. Okay, and then we write enter the value of x. So instead of echo command, okay, we write in read itself the enter the value of x. Okay, like this, enter the value of x. Now students, as I told you, when we write, see, if we write read and if we write x, or suppose we write read and suppose we write name, okay, then this acts as variable. X acts as variable, name acts as variable. Now what we are going to do, see, in the previous case, we have script like this, echo enter the value of x. Okay, enter the value of x. Okay, and then we have read x. Okay, and in order to print the value of x, again we have echo the value of x is, the value of x is, then dollar symbol, and we have x. Okay, so keyboard ask, okay, after running, keyboard terminal asks to enter the value of x, then we press x. Okay, and then we have this result, the value of x is $x. Okay, and whatever is the value of x, so this acts as variable. So what we are going to do here, see, please listen carefully. See, we are not using this, we are avoiding echo, and we are going to write this here. Okay, so what we do, instead of writing this, okay, if you want to avoid this, okay, if you want to avoid echo command, so we have result in this way. See, what you have to do, you have to write read, okay, and you have to write this sentence. Okay, so the value of x is, the value of x is, okay, and we write this sentence, okay, in double quote. Okay, and then we write x. Okay, and then need not to see, we have read, we have x, But since we use this line for echoing, we use the value of x here only. Okay, so read space and then you have to write a dash p. Okay, and last sentence will be as it is. You cannot avoid a last sentence. In order to get final output, you have to write this as it is. Okay. Okay, so here what happened? We write script in 2 lines. We avoid first line. But if you want to ask the value of x from terminal, then you have to write enter the value of x here only. Okay. Now please pay attention. Everyone, please pay attention. See what I told you. If we write read, then this is going to be variable. If we write read y acts as variable. If we write read name acts as variable. Now here we are writing value, we are writing, so these are not variable. Okay, please do remember whatever we put in double quote, okay, that is similar to echo command. Okay, so whatever you write in double quote, terminal is not going to take these characters, this word as a variable. Okay, so what terminal does? Direct terminal take the variable as x, and whatever you have in double quote, it is not going to take as a variable. Okay, so let us do this on terminal. Okay, is it this concept is clear or not? Okay, we have same output. We are not going to write echo. Okay, enter the value of x. We write along read command with itself. Okay, so dash p is there in order to echoing this. Okay, and x is variable. Okay, now let us move to the terminal and we see same example. We discuss the same example. Okay, enter the value of x. Okay, in double quote. Now see, everything except a variable should be in double quote. Okay, see, if we write this, suppose we write colon outside the double quote, then it will show error. Okay, so let us try to interpret this script. Okay, see, we have this. Okay, and in order to run the script, we use ./file1.sh. Okay, so we have this 20, suppose 26. It is showing. Oh my God. It is showing value. Okay, great for us. Okay, so let us move to back to the terminal. So we have vi edit the file. Okay, so if we write, okay, fine, it is taking, that means you can write a colon outside double quote also. Okay, and whatever you have in white letters, okay, that will be your variable. Okay, so here x is variable. Okay, now friends, let us discuss the one concept of very great concept, or you can say application of a script. Okay, now suppose we want to enter the name of 50 students, the name of 50 students. Okay, and you want to provide what you can say data of 50 students, and at the same time you want to save, okay, you want to save in a particular file. Okay, so suppose for that what we do, we use like this, enter the value of, instead of enter the value of, we say enter the value of, enter the name of, say enter the name of Suppose we take some student, enter the name of student. Okay, enter the name of student, and here we assign a variable. Say variable is a name. ठीक है? Then we write again same. Okay, enter the name of student. Then in the next we write enter the marks. Enter the marks of student. So for this case, we are going to define new variable, same mark. Okay. And in the next, suppose all students want to take branch, all students want to take admission for engineering, and we write enter the name of branch. Okay. Which students want to take. Okay. So here we write branch. Okay. So friends, see, we have read dash p. Why we have hyphen p? Okay, because we have avoided, we want to avoid one sentence. We want to avoid echo command. And whatever we write in double quote, okay, so it is going to display. Okay, enter the name of student. This is going to display on terminal. Okay, and we know these white letters are your variable. By using read command takes these name or mark branch. These are variables. Okay, now we want to interpret this result. Okay, so what we do, friends, for variable we write a name. This is our variable, and here we write the name of student. Okay, the name of a student is the name of student. Okay, and we have this. Okay, then in the next, line we write echo and the marks of student. The marks of a student. Okay, and in the last line we write the branch of student. The branch of a student. Okay, so here we have to change a variable, obviously. Okay, so for mark we have mark. Okay, and for branch this is our variable. Okay, and at the same time we want to print this result. We want to make one file. Okay, so for that we are going to write redirection arrow twice. Okay, so that it will add new data every time. Okay, without erasing data. Okay, using this double redirection, what we can do, previous data as it is, and in the next line new data get added every time. Okay, so we make one file, say data, okay, and .txt. Okay, then in the next line also we have to write same data.txt. Okay, and then we have data.txt. Okay, so let us execute this. Okay, first I will save this file. Okay, let me clear the terminal. Okay, and suppose we execute file. Okay, now see, enter the name of a student. Okay, now see, we have one student, Anand. So suppose we write Anand. Okay, then enter the mark of students. Okay, in 12th standard, Anand has got 85%. Okay, Anand, am I correct?
No, sir. No.
Okay, more than 85.
No.
Okay, students keep as it is 85. Okay, and enter the name of branch. What is branch of, what is your branch, Anand? Are you from engineering background or what?
No. AMSc faculty. Bachelor of Graduation.
Let us write computer. Okay. Oh. 10, 15 error. Let me check what is the error. Echo the name of.
Hello, sir. Remove those a double quote in last line.
Yes, students. Okay. Escape shift colon WQ enter. Okay. So in order to execute file, enter the branch, suppose computer. Okay, now see, we have, that means script is executed successfully. Okay, now what we have done, we echo the value of the name of student, marks, the name of branch. Okay, and at simultaneously we have append it in the text file. Okay, now let us now see, I have initially I have not created file data.txt. So using ls, if we check this, okay, see, we have data.txt. So this file has been created. Okay, automatically created. Okay, and suppose if we want to read data, okay, from that, then we can use this command cat.txt. Okay, now see what is the data inside the inside that file. The name of student is Anand, the mark of student 85. Okay, actually this was again there. Okay, because initially we have made a mistake while writing while executing last variable. Okay, so see this. Okay, see, this is the data which we have entered just now. Okay. Now, if we execute again, see what happened. We execute again, okay, and see again it asks the name of student. Okay. Now next student we take Anjali. Okay. Anjali, are you from engineering background?
No, sir.
Okay, students, let us assume she is from engineering background and she has got suppose 90% marks. Okay, and suppose her branch ENTC. Previously we have taken computer. Now let us assume the branch of Anjali is ENTC. Okay, electronics and telecommunication. And if we press enter, okay, and we clear the terminal, okay, and see what modification has done in this file cat.txt. Okay, so see we have previous data as it is. Okay, see this was our previous data. Okay, then this data has been added automatically. Okay, so in this way you can have input of n number of students. Okay, in this way you can ask, that means every time you need not to write the mark of student is so the name of student. Okay, just you have to write the name of student, marks, and then you have to write branch. Okay, and simultaneously you can make one text file also. So this is the advantage of scripting. Okay, we are entering just values. Okay, and see here we have taken only three data: name of student, marks of student, and branch. Okay, now in this way you can have 10 parameters. Okay, you can have father's name, mother's name, birth date, passing year, okay, and so on, caste, okay, and so on. Okay, now here we have data. See, we have data, this data, and there is no separation between previous data and this data. Okay, so for that what we can do, see, we can modify file one like this. Okay, you can take one more variable. Okay, see, we can take one more variable like this, read dash p. Okay, we write in double quote, we write what you can say, in order to enter 1 2 3. Okay, we can write number. Okay, and for that we write suppose nu. Okay, this as a variable. Okay, and in order to echo this, echo okay, what you can say, just you can say number one, or we can say serial number. Okay, not serial number, just write number. Okay, number of students, say, and we use dollar symbol and we use nu. Okay, so this is variable, these white letters are variable. Okay, and if we execute this, escape wq. Okay, and suppose we execute this. Okay, then first ask number. Suppose we have 3 number students. Okay, then enter the name of student. Student, suppose we take Chalo, Sagar. Sagar, are you from engineering background?
No, sir, computer science. I graduate.
Mark of student, suppose 87. Okay, branch is suppose IT. Okay, so students, we have not concatenate the file. Okay, so first we check what is a change in data.txt file. Oh, we have not write a cat after number command, so it is not printed here. Okay, so we do that correction. See, here we have to data.txt. Okay, escape, shift colon W2, enter. So let us execute the file. Okay, now see, suppose number 4 student, enter the name of student, say Kapil. Okay, say 92%, then enter the branch. I have done engineering from mechanical branch. Okay, and see, there is no error. So whatever data we have written over here, okay, that is printed in the form of text in data.txt. Okay, so we have this data. Okay, now see here, we have the number of students. So this is 4th student. Okay, this is information about 4 students. Okay, so in this way you can have some special character also here. Okay, so in this way you can make data of a number of students by using scripting file. Okay, so okay, now suppose we want to read data of, suppose multiple names. Okay, so for that what we can do? Let me clear this first. See, suppose we want to enter, suppose 3 names. Okay, so for that what we can do, read dash p. Okay, then we write a double quote, and suppose we write suppose instead of this we can say enter 4 names. Okay, enter 4 names, and we come out the double quote sign, and then we use name 1. So this is one variable. Okay, then we write name 2, another variable. Okay, this can be done with the help of array also. Okay, but in this part I'm not going to discuss array. There will be separate lecture on array. Okay, so we have name 4. Okay, and then echo command. Okay, so we can write you have entered names as. So we write name 1. Okay. Then again dollar symbol. We write name 2. Again dollar symbol. Name 3. Name 4. Okay. So let us run this file. Okay, enter four names. Okay, so we enter suppose 4 names. Okay, suppose we have Amit, then there is a Tripali. Okay, Pooja, and Ashish. Oh, what is error, students? See, we have name 1, name 2. Let us remove these. I have written double quote here. Oh my God. So double quote should be here. Okay. Let us run again. Escape W2. Okay. Say Ashish, Praveen, Deepali, and Pooja. Read name not of valid identifier. Name 1 is correct, name 2 is correct, name 3, everything is correct. You have entered name as dollar name 1, dollar name 2, dollar name 3, correct? Dollar name 4. Okay. So if we run this, say first A, B, C, D. Line 4, read name 1. Comma, let me remove commas.
कॉमा टाकायचा आहे.
कॉमा टाकायचंय का काढायचंय? टाकलेलं आहे ना तिथे.
तिथे नावामध्ये तुम्ही कॉमा नाही टाकलाय. बॅक जा टर्मिनलवर.
म्हणजे टर्मिनलवर एंटर करताना का?
ते मलाही नाही माहिती पण तिथे मे बी तसं दाखवलंय. तुम्ही त्या नावं लिहिलेत ना तिथे एंटर हे कॉमा नाही केलाय नावं लिहिताना. इथे कसं इथे कॉमा केलेला आहे ना, मे बी तिथेच नाही केलाय म्हणून तसं दाखवत असणार.
चेक करू आपण.
हा इथे कुठेच तुम्ही कॉमा नाही टाकलाय ना.
चेक करू. शिफ्ट ए, शिफ्ट बी, शिफ्ट सी, शिफ्ट डी. You have entered name as 8 minute. Name 1 not a valid identifier. Okay. Suppose we remove commas from this. Oh my God. Line 4, read name 1 not a valid identifier. Oh. I think you have to write in terms of double inverted commas because name 1 is not taken as a variable. Okay, so we enter 4 names, name 1, name 2, name 3, everything is correct, friends. And this is our 4 line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So suppose we remove commas from this. Okay. So insert clear the terminal. Say what was the error, friends? Say this. That means when you enter multiple variables, okay, name 1, name 2, name 3, name 4 are variables. Okay, so they should not be separated by commas. Okay, so that's it for today's. Okay, now there is one concept of arrays. Okay, we use that concept. We are going to take one lecture on arrays. Okay, and one more thing. See, if you want to have just a minute. See, let us discuss very small script. Okay, now suppose we have A is equal to 10. Okay, B is equal to suppose 20, or suppose, okay, and suppose here we have some course. Okay, and suppose the course is AWS. Okay, so this is, I have defined variables. Okay, so we have to write a variable with the help of equal to sign, and there should not be space. Course is also one variable, so we should have to show with the help of equal to sign. Okay, so here we are taking A, B, and course by defining variable in script itself. Okay, so this is not the concept of read user input. Okay, this is the concept of variables. Okay, and suppose we take action. Okay, and suppose we take action, suppose we take slip. Okay, now we are going to echo in double quote. We write the value of A and B are the values of A and B are. Okay, so we know in order to execute variables we put a dollar symbol, $A, okay, and then we write a $B. Okay, $B. Okay, so next, suppose we echo. We echo my course is, and here we have taken course AWS. Okay, but in order to enter AWS, we write course. Okay, so here we have to define with the help of small letter. Variables are always case sensitive. Okay, so while defining course, see, we have placed all small letters. Okay, so here also we have to write small letters. If we write C in uppercase here, while defining dollar symbol, while defining variable, you have to write C in uppercase. Okay, and suppose we echo. Okay, my favorite action is, my favorite action is. Okay, so we have dollar. Okay, and then we write slip. Okay, so we write action may be different. Okay, so my favorite action is, and suppose we want to write slipping. Now here we can write ing. Okay, but in that case what happen, it will search. Okay, terminal will search for variable actioning. Actually we have variable action only. So in such case, you have to write a variable in curvilinear bracket. So I want to clear this concept. Okay, that's why I have taken this script. Okay, so here we write like this. Okay, so we have to write action, we have to write variable in dollar sign, and we write ing. Okay, and let us execute this. We have a shift colon then WQ. So we have saved this, and let us execute that file, same file. Oh, slip missing. The value of A and B are 20. Oh. My action is, something went wrong. Let me check. Action.
Double and commas are missing.
Which command? Oh.
Echo my favorite action.
Oh my God. You have to write this in double quote. So let us run file again, script again. Okay. So again there is error, friends. The values of A and B are 10, 20. It is showing. Okay, my course is AWS. My favorite action is. Now after echo, double quote is not compulsory, but is not showing sleeping. So
Sir, remove space in between equal to and sleep.
yes. Just see what a okay, while defining variable, okay, we cannot put a space. Okay. Okay. Now it is okay, students. See, the value of A and B are 10 and 20. My course is AWS. My favorite action is sleeping. Oh my God. Students, we are doing AWS and still our favorite action is sleeping. Oh my God. Students, that's it for today's lecture. Okay. Tomorrow we start conditional statement. Okay. So conditional statement, then we start loop. Okay. So these two lectures are very important in scripting point of view. Okay. So just a minute, let me stop recording first.